Are you headed for kidney failure? I don't want you to feel alone. I'm living it. I've been there. And I hope these videos will help you as you navigate that journey. So this video is going to be the first in a series to help those prepare for kidney failure, what to expect. And although I've had to change a lot of things in my life, my diet, how many things I'm able to get done each day, some of the grand dreams that I have that I've had to let go, I'm still able to find fulfillment and joy in my life. So I hope these series will not only be helpful, but also hopeful. So in this first video about preparing for kidney failure, I'm going to discuss the function of the kidney and how that relates to the symptoms that you'll experience as your kidney declines. At the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about the signs that I ignored of my kidneys declining and maybe some of the things that contributed or caused my kidney failure. First off, a kidney is an organ you cannot live without. Dialysis and hopefully being able to transplant are life-saving and necessary, but they're not a cure. Nothing will work as well as your original kidneys. That's one reason why I try to prolong the function of your original kidney. All right, so the function and purpose of a kidney. The kidneys are a powerful chemical factory, and I kind of narrowed it down to five major functions. So the first one is it removes extra fluid and waste from your body and also some of the drugs like NSAIDs. Second, the kidney balances minerals like your sodium, calcium, potassium, and phosphorus. The third thing the kidney does, it releases hormones to help regulate your blood pressure. The fourth thing that the kidney does is it produces an active form of vitamin D, which helps our bones stay strong and healthy. The fifth thing that the kidney does is it helps to control the production of red blood cells. Now that we kind of know the function of the kidney, we're going to talk about how the signs of decline and the symptoms that you feel, how they're related to the function of your kidney. All right, so the first function we talked about the kidney was being able to remove extra fluid and waste. So as the kidney's ability to do that declines, you're going to experience edema. So edema is when you've got extra fluid on your body, and that usually first shows up in your ankles and your legs, but it can also be in your hands and throughout your body. So if you've got the swelling around your lungs, then you'll feel shortness of breath. If there's the fluids kind of in your chest, you're going to feel chest pain. One of the first things to show when your kidneys are losing this ability to get rid of waste and fluid is your creatinine will rise. Now, creatinine is a product of your body kind of breaking down muscle metabolism. So when you get your blood work done, that's one of the first things, a first sign that your kidneys are struggling. The second thing is your kidneys balancing those minerals in your body. So the sodium, your sodium will rise. And when your sodium level in your blood rises, you get more thirsty. So you drink more, but then your kidneys aren't able to flush out that extra fluid. The other thing that can happen because of high sodium is that also raises your blood pressure. Your kidney also balances how much calcium is in your body. So if that gets too high, then you're going to feel weak muscles, you're going to feel tired, your muscles are kind of going to cramp up, and if that level gets really high, it starts messing with your mind and you get confused. Now, if that's too low, then your body's going to start pulling that calcium out of your bones, and that's not good. You'll also feel like your muscles will kind of twinge and cramp. You can feel depression from that. And even like the tips of your fingers will start to tingle. The kidney also balances your phosphorus. If your phosphorus gets high, You're going to start to have bone aches. You're going to start kind of being itchy. You're going to have poor circulation. It also makes your bones kind of weak and able to break. So the potassium, if the potassium gets high, it's going to start messing with your heart. So you're going to get this irregular heartbeat, and it ups your chances of getting a heart attack. So that's pretty serious. Now your kidneys help balance your blood pressure. High blood pressure is known as hypertension, and because of your kidneys decline, it's hard to treat this form of high blood pressure. Also, the creatinine climbing, that raise, also affects your blood pressure. And the higher that blood pressure is, the more work your heart has to do, which makes your kidneys do more work, and they kind of feed off of each other. They really affect each other, your heart and your kidneys to your heart. So it's kind of almost like as your kidneys decline, your heart has to work harder, and it's just this downward spiral. Your kidneys also help with that active vitamin D. So that affects your bone density and, how strong, and if you fall, it'll be easier to break your bones. With low vitamin D, it starts to affect your sleep, also can affect your mood. The last function that the kidney does is helps regulate the production of red blood cells. So as the function of your kidney drops, that's going to lower those red blood cells, and that will make you anemic. So also you don't have enough iron in your blood and your body. And when that happens, you're going to feel fatigued and weakness, just not as strong. You get tired a lot quicker. And also it kind of affects your mental sharpness and being able to be as quick as you used to be. Now, the hard part about this is with the signs and symptoms of kidney disease, they kind of develop slowly over time, and they often don't happen all at once. Now, it can if you have like an acute kidney failure, but usually it's just like the slow progress, so we don't pick it up, partly because the kidney is really good at making up for lost function. You've got two of them, and they kind of, if one starts to not work as well, the other one picks up the slack. So lots of times we don't realize that we're losing kidney function until we've got irreversible damage. So these are the signs and symptoms that I ignored and didn't take care of right away when they showed up. Now, the first thing I noticed that there was swelling in my ankles and feet, and I just wrote it off as saying, oh, I've got bad circulation. I've had 3 babies and it's just been affected by that. I didn't even make a connection that this could be my kidneys. I also had, poor circulation. So anytime I went exercising or on long walks, my hands would get puffy and cold, like my wedding ring. I wouldn't be able to remove it because they'd be puffy. And so I'd hold my hands up like this when I'd walk a little bit to help move the blood. And I just thought that's just how my body is. Now, as my kidney function got worse, my urine was foamy. And that means that I'm losing a lot of protein. But I didn't do anything. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't look up anything about that. I also noticed that my output from using the restroom had dropped, but I just didn't even think of that. The other thing was in the mornings, my eyes would be a little bit puffy. I'd have extra fluid like on my eyelids and underneath my eyes, and I just wrote that off. I'm like, oh, I'm just tired. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what may have contributed to my kidney failure, just to make other people aware and maybe help to prolong your own kidney function. So I was on lithium. That was probably the main thing that caused my kidney failure. I actually was diagnosed with FSGS I'll write that up here about what it is because it's like a long name, but they think that that was caused by the lithium. So lithium is known to really affect your kidneys, and I was not getting regular blood work done to check my kidney function. The other thing that probably affected my kidney function was I took a lot of ibuprofen. That's also Advil. It's an NSAID, I think that's how they say it, and those are hard on kidneys. Now, I started taking quite a bit of them when I was in high school, and I didn't really keep track of how much I was taking, and I think as a teenager, we just think, oh, nothing's gonna hurt me, and I would just take a lot of that so that I wouldn't feel any discomfort. I did try the keto diet. That means you're mostly eating meat and products from animals. And that's also hard on your kidneys. Now, I don't know if that caused that, because I know a lot of people, good things have happened from being on that diet. But I think for someone like me who is susceptible to, or whose kidneys aren't as strong, changing my diet to that could have contributed to the decline. It just is a little bit more difficult on your kidneys. So if that's something that you're doing, or you're thinking about doing some kind of keto diet or paleo diet, just to check on your kidneys first to see if that's something that will be healthy for you. The other thing that I think affected my kidney decline was I was not able to get into the nephrologist really quick. So at first I had like acute kidney failure, and they just assumed that was because of the lithium I was taking, and because my kidneys weren't functioning very well. That level of lithium rose to a toxic level, and I was in the hospital for about a week trying to get that to drop, and it was so slow. But then when I got out of the hospital, it took, because it was during COVID, right at the beginning of COVID, I think it was in April when I was in the hospital of 2020, that I wasn't able to get into a nephrologist until September. In September was when I was able to get my biopsy, and that's when I found out I had FSGS. So the next video I want to do in this series of preparing for kidney failure will actually be my story. I just hope that my videos will help others to not feel alone and to not be so scared and afraid as their kidney function declines, that you can still find fulfillment in life, and that being on dialysis is not an end. Thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Goodbye.